All right, we're loaded in to a special community cast right now. I know this person in the bottom left-hand side in the red. It is SacDeFromage, playing random, spawning a Zerg. And on the opposing side, you would not believe this, but you saw it. You saw it correctly. In the blue, spawning on Eternal Empire, playing Protoss, it is WhiteRa. Man, WhiteRa playing StarCraft 2 is it's rare, but it happens. It still happens from time to time now. SacDeFromage Zerg, round 4.8, kind of Masters 2, almost Masters 1 level. There's a WhiteRa is well into Masters 1 with his Protoss. Obviously, one of the most veteran players of StarCraft of all time. Plays StarCraft 1 more than StarCraft 2, but yeah, man. Just as I say WhiteRa, literally a couple more people just walk in here. It's like they sensed the WhiteRa presence right now happening, and man, I can't wait for this game. WhiteRa, though, look at that. The thing with Protoss against randoms that you just don't know what race they are, and you are forced to expand towards the high ground, and that's one of the biggest advantages that Protoss has over any random. Random players have over Protoss is that they force them to expand on the high ground, as you do not want to expand low ground versus Protoss or Terran. But here we are. So that's why SacDeFromage has a slight advantage here, where there's a possibility for a lot of aggression onto WhiteRa's natural. As it is going to take a lot longer to actually finish that wall as compared to if you would have started the wall on the bottom side. I mean, on the bottom, not the bottom side. I guess yeah, the bottom side of the main basically. All right, and the pretty much standard hatchery here out of SacDeFromage. All right, so what is WhiteRa's favorite tech? Well, I'd say he normally likes to go for Robo, but he is going for Adept right now into the Nexus, as he did go Core first, and it's very possible that he has really good Adept control. He might actually snipe a couple of drones. We'll see if that is indeed the case. Second Adept already queued to join his fellow Adept sister. And let me just do the thing that I love doing. Oh, no, I missed it. I might do it for the second one if it actually pans out. I love doing that. Anywho, 6 things already out here for SacDeFromage, so he knows that an Adept is definitely being chrono boosted across the map. He's actually building a Roach Warren in behind us. I don't know if he wants to be aggressive, knowing that the wall here is not actually finished for WhiteRa. In the meantime, though, this Adept is going to be looking for Scout, essentially, with the Shade. He's going to probably look towards the third base. He sees that there's a lot of lings. There's 8 lings in total. He's going to check the third base. Going to see that nothing is quite there yet. And I think he's going to want to escape. He has to be careful here. Look at the target fire, though. Oh, he's looking for the surround. He's just buying time with this Adept. He's going to go into that choke there. Not going to even lose health on that Adept. That was fantastic plays as well. Now joining with the second Adept. And that's when things get a little bit dangerous, because that's one-shot probes and one-shot Zerglings as well. However, Zergling speed is about to finish, as we see, and that's going to be a lot of trouble for these Adepts. They can still get into a pretty nice position, though. Ooh, he doesn't see it, though. But the target fire will be really good. Look at that. Immediately going into that choke point, and he protects his Adepts just like that. That's when you know, that's when you know a veteran. It's like, you know choke points are so important. Man, he gets off every little bit of damage that he can. As I said, the WhiteRa going for that Robo-Tech immediately into War Prism, though. We don't see that every day. Sometimes we might see War Prism into an Immortal as well. We'll see if that is the case. There's a very sharp Immortal, one Immortal War Prism timing with 5 gateways. And so far, he's adding 2 more gateways to that mix. So far, he has a total of 4. And there we go. That's 1 more gateway. Actually, wait. No, that's not. One of them is a Twilight Council, so he wants to go into Twilight Council tech from here, it seems like. It's very, a little bit uncommon, but still very possible. Look at that with a Warp Prism. That's very surprising. I think he's going to warp in. Yeah, 2 Adepts, coupled with the 2 Adepts that he has here as well, and he's going to do as much harassment as he can. I do love this build. I might actually copy it a little bit. Just pick up these 2 Adepts. Going to be doing some light drone harass. We're going to see how much damage he actually ends up getting. In the meantime, though, an Immortal here on the back of this. The Overlord, though, will spot it pretty much immediately, so he knows that this is going on. And SacDeFromage actually stopped at 37 drones. He thinks something really fishy is coming, so he's just building a lot of anti defense. I mean, just anti-unit defense, basically. And Roaches are here. He's going to have to target fire that Warpism quite nicely. He has to not lose any drones, though. But WhiteRa is going to force some damage. Ooh, the Queens, though, starting to get a lot done on this Warp Prism. I don't know if they're going to get it. I do think so. And the Warp Prism actually goes down. That's actually so huge for SacDeFromage. He was actually quite behind on the drone count. In fact, it's 45 workers to 33. But at least he sniped the main part of the aggression. He's actually going to be going into Spire from here, which is completely out of left field against WhiteRa right now, who's actually making Immortals and Archons as well. I mean, he's going to be making DTs as well. But I mean, so far, no third base. He's just going to go with straight 2-base Muta. And actually, SacDeFromage realizes this. Does he know a Spire's happening? Because where's the Spire? The Spire's in the natural here. He still hasn't seen it. So he's like, wait, what the hell is going on? I don't think he knows. And he's saving up for the Mutas. And he's going to have quite a little bit of money for all the Mutas here. He's going to have like 7 Mutas on the way at least. Maybe even 8. Man, the Immortals. With the Archons. So the Archons, are the DTs going to become Archons or not? That is the big question. And actually, he is blocking the third base. He's actually forcing them into Archons right now. There he goes. Forcing them into Archons. Going to clear that Overlord as well because he does want to take that other base. But in the meantime, wait, hold on. He's not using his Spire, actually. He's actually going for a Roach timing. Actually, 5 Mutas on the wing now, but I don't know if he's going to want to split attack, like maybe Mutas in the natural and Roaches at the third base. It's possible. Third base hasn't quite gone down yet. He's just waiting for the Creepter side. Meantime, though, SacDeFromage trying to take his own base. Man, this is a weird game right now. Going to the main units, though, that's very much unexpected. The only anti-air we have is literally the 2 Archons, so not too sure how he's going to react to that one. The Mutas are out, and I don't believe that he knows that Mutas are even at play here. That base is kind of shamefully misplaced. You can even see the circle here. It's not even quite at the right place. I don't know if he realizes this, but hopefully it doesn't bite him too much in the butt. Yeah, he does finally see the Spire. Does he react to it, though? I don't think he does. He does have Blink on the way, though, but does he have Stalkers in position to defend? He does have 2 cannons, which is going to help quite a bit. Mutas are here, and they're going to go into the main where no cannons are, actually. He's going to find some damage. Some very nice damage right there. A couple of probes already going down. That's 4, I believe. 5, in fact. 6, 7, 8. Very nice. The cannons are up, though. The Archons are ready. Oh, he might actually snap these sentries too. That's actually a really big pickoff as well. Fantastic plays out of SacDeFromage right now. But what's going to be his answer behind this? Because, I mean, WhiteRa's slowly getting the response to this, to be honest. He's actually picking off another Immortal on top of that. Oh, my God. 4 Stalkers are here to defend. He does have Blink on the way and another Immortal as well. The thing is, SacDeFromage does not have the greatest economy, and he's going to have to build a really good army against what WhiteRa has right now. But WhiteRa has, like, a really good cannon defense setup here at the natural. Oh, man, okay. So he's going to use his cannons. They're going to defend quite well versus these Stalkers. Blink isn't quite done yet, so he's not able to punish and fully kill a Mutalist yet. But in the meantime, though, oh, man, those Archon Immortals, they're building up, and they're going to build up really strong over the time. However, look at that. SacDeFromage is going to try and walk across the map with a giant kind of Roach army. Let's see if he can actually bust this, though. I'm not too sure. Templar Archives are on the way. He's going to want to get even more Archons, more Immortals as well. Actually, no. He's sending the DTs kind of offensively in a way. He does have the Overseer with him, though, so he's not going to get caught by that. That DT is going to try and go towards the south side, but there are Spore Crawlers pretty much everywhere. Ooh, Muta's back into the main base, though, doing even more damage. So far, 15 Promes have been killed so far in this game. Didn't need to make so many Mutas. Finally, 1 Muta going down to 4 Mutas, but it's still quite a little bit of damage, forcing WhiteRa to stay on this kind of mediocre 46 probe count. This DT, though, might actually find this 4th base, might actually help cancel it, which could be a really big plus for WhiteRa. Ooh, he is going to spot it, though. And SacDeFromage does know now as well. He's taking actually another base here at the front. So even if he does have to cancel this one, it's really not that bad. He's sending his Overseer back to try and defend. And his Mutas are just chilling here at the top. WhiteRa, though, is going to try to go into I guess a macro game. He does have quite the strong army. And quite the nice economy as well. Sending this DT now to the natural. He wants to see if he can get any more damage from there. He's building a spine with the Spore Crawler as well, just so he doesn't have to, you know, kind of let any units there either. There you go, just poking it with the Mutalisks, just trying to be as annoying as possible. SacDeFromage tries to build up a much stronger base count. That 6 spine crawlers, where are they even being placed? Being placed everywhere. I think he's afraid of like mass DTs or something. Couple in the main, couple in the natural, and the third base as well. He really is kind of scared of the giant DT counterattack. So he's just playing a really, really safe at this point. +2 has just finished for the Protoss player, so he does have +2 on the Archons and the Immortals. That's going to deal a hell of a punch versus these, like the Roach Ravager here. Finally adding in some Lings as well. What is his game plan? He's trying to go into Banelings and also Hive. But, I mean, WhiteRa's army is getting stronger by the second. A lot of Immortals, a lot of Archons as well. Finally even thinking of taking a 4th base as well. And these mutants are just walking home. Every single time, I'm like, I comment something that flies, I say walk, and every time it's like something that walks, I just say it's like he's flying there. Anywho, he's going to defend this small not Roach counterattack, Zealot counterattack. He might actually lose 2 queens here. Ooh, is he though? No, he does not. Definitely closer than it needs to be though. Actually, Warp Prism flies by, but the mutas are here for the defense. Fantastic. That's a really good use for the for the mutas right now, as they can't really do any more damage into the mineral line since there are cannons pretty much everywhere just covering it. So not too worried about that. In fact, he's not even worried about his main base anymore. He just sends the suckers that were there protecting, and he's going to ball everything up to his main army. SacDeFromage going for more Hydras as well. He just wants to have a giant ball with a lot of Banelings. The Banelings are used to actually take care of the Zealots in the front. But there aren't too many Zealots in this army composition, though. There is going to be quite a little bit of Storms, though. Those blink forward punishes those mutas. 2 mutas go down. And only 2 mutas left. So those 2 mutas can't really do much anymore. SacDeFromage is pretty much maxed now. So he's going to just be waiting for 2 Corruptors and a couple of Hydras, and I think he's going to be walking across the map. Going to see if he can do any damage. Ooh, look at that. A little Baneling run by here. Can he get these? There's so many High Templar right there. In fact, he just walks them through, and those Storms were really nicely placed. It doesn't actually lose that many probes. But he's still only at 51, so he still does need to actually rebuild them. In the meantime, though, he's trying to go into Greater Spire. Now, that's the late game plan for SacDeFromage. He's going to want to actually finish this game through Broodlords. That is a catch and a half with those Banelings. Oh, good God. He even has +2. So those +2 Banelings one-shotting basically probes, so they do maximum splash damage right now. Oh, man. Even going for even more Immortals. I mean, once these Broodlords pop out, it's going to be really strong. But look at this army from WhiteRa. It's so powerful. If he walks across the map, that'll be very, very dangerous. He's going to try and keep looking for these counterattacks. He has to force WhiteRa to stay home if he wants to be able to get out the Broodlords that he wants. Because this army is getting scary by the second. He's trying to bleed off a couple Roaches as well. As he's, I don't know if this is going to be telling to WhiteRa, but when you bleed off units slowly like this, it's like, well, I just want to clear supply so I can make even more Broodlords. And, I mean, the Greatest Power is finished, so he can start the Broodlords whenever he needs to. Using DTs for the defense. Quite nice. Quite efficient as well. Going to try and get a couple probes as he's defending, which is very nice as well. A total of 44 probes going down. But look at that. 5 Broodlords in behind those +3 missile and +3 melee. And, I mean, from here, it's going to get a little bit dicey for WhiteRa. Does he actually spot the Broodlords, though? Not quite. That's actually quite big, because the sooner he sees the Broodlords, the faster he can start a response. And right now, all he's making is a lot of High Templar and some Archons and some Storms as well. However, we're starting the slow march of Broodlords right now. 5 Broodlords, not that much. In fact, they're more of a support unit, really. They're going to help him push into this 4th base, and hopefully SacDeFromage can actually pierce this really powerful army. He's going to try and siege it, but it's possible that WhiteRa literally just bulldozes his way through SacDeFromage's army, through the Broodlords, through the Ravagers, and through the Hydras as well. It's very possible. Trying to bleed off even more roaches here. I don't know if he wants to go for even extra broodlords right now. It is possible. Oh man, he's even sending roaches in across into the main base once again. These are there to greet him though. And we're just waiting for his broodlords to catch up. He's gonna try and push this 4th base. And WhiteRa is just waiting for the ultimate, most powerful Protoss ball you can think of. In the meantime though, oh, I think this is it. I think WhiteRa is gonna start to move out. Is SacDeFromage ready, though? He has some broodlords. I don't know if he has enough broodlords, though. That army is gigantic right now. Oh, my God. Can he actually defend versus this? He's blinking forward against these broodlords. He's doing really, really good. He's storming that army as well, and the broodlords are falling to the storms. Being sniped by the Stalker's fantastic micro out of WhiteRa. And, I mean, he has to remax on so many Hydras, but that army was just so powerful. He just bulldozed through everything that SacDeFromage had, taking care of all the broodlords, and those were really expensive. He's trying to make 4 more broodlords and 33 Hydras as well. But look at that. WhiteRa is going to try and get himself into a really tight choke situation. He has to be careful with the Hydras, though. Oh, man, and the broodlords are not ready yet. He's trying to morph broodlords in his face. But look at that. The storms just eradicate all of the Hydras. And WhiteRa is just bulldozing his way through everything that SacDeFromage has right now. The broodlords are almost done, and it might help him actually defend here. Oh man, he's actually sending changelings to try and block him. Actually, it's blocking him from actually walking up the main base. And the broodlords are here, though. Oh my God, is he defending this? He's barely defending this. The blink forward is very strong, but the Hydras are shredding through all of the Stalkers. And once those are gone, that's when the Immortals actually die as well. And he barely defends this very nice changeling wall in a way versus the Stalker Immortal, not letting him walk into the main base. Oh man, has SacDeFromage actually flipped this around? He has still killed the natural, which is not good, but SacDeFromage still has more bases here to the right side of the map. Yeah, and he's using nice. He's using the creep from the Overlord to try and keep this Spire alive, because if he didn't do that, that Greater Spire would die eventually. And now that he knows that Broodlords are here, I mean, what's going to be his response? I guess he's trying to pull SacDeFromage up, like, around the map a little bit, using his DTs to try and be as annoying as possible. He's trying to walk around here with some Zealots, doing some counterattack damage. Just everywhere, just trying to buy time. But buy time for what, I wonder? WhiteRa is a little bit broke right now. He's just trying to make a lot of Zealots. But I don't know if he's going to make it. He's actually taking care of the static D here, so that's one good thing that he has going for him, that's for sure. He's taking care of some of the queens, but he's bleeding off a lot of units, and SacDeFromage is in a really awesome position. He's trying to buy even more time with the Zealots here. Trying to pull this army kind of all around the place, as Broodlords are really, really slow. He's going to try and use Zealots to his advantage. But I don't know what the plan is. I mean, he's just selling Zealot counterattacks everywhere. He's trying to buy time as much as possible. That's going to get cleaned up. He's actually going to try and go for the Greater Spire. I don't know if he's going to get it. No, he doesn't quite get it. Sending some Zealots into the main as well. But he has Spine Crawlers to help defend there as well. And using the Broodlords, actually even utilizing the immobility of the Broodlords and just keeping them in the most susceptible counterattack path, while using the other part of his army to cover the other side. It's not being full. He's not actually succeeding in pulling his Broodlords every which way. Very smart by SacDeFromage so far. And he's back at 190 supply to 84. And this is the death march across the map with all Broodlords. And what can WhiteRa possibly do? He's trying to warp in a couple Archons, but 3 more Broodlords are on the way. And he's even gunning +3 air weapons. So the Broodlords attack is split into 2. There's the part where the Broodlings actually hit them. That's the missile, that's the air missile upgrades. And then the Broodlings themselves benefit from the melee upgrades. The same upgrades that are used for Zerglings and Ultralisks. Meanwhile, SacDeFromage getting into the base here at the left side. And this is the death march of the Broodlords. And once this hits, this is going to be so bad. WhiteRa before had an entire game to build up that Storm count, that Immortal count, that Archon count. But now that it's gone and it has been deflected, SacDeFromage is just powering on through with these Broodlords, and this is the final march. A little bit of a counterattack here, but SacDeFromage is not going to have it. He's just going to build a ton of Spine Crawlers, and WhiteRa is back against the wall right now. Tons of Broodlords just knocking at his front door, and he even has Roach Hydra under it. What can he possibly do to defend this? And the answer is not a lot. He has a couple Storms, though. but SacDeFromage is being very, very careful. Actually using the Voider and trying to defend, but that's GG, and SacDeFromage takes it against WhiteRa.